This is the East Boston campus of the Edward Brooke Charter Schools. And it might be the best K-8 charter school in America.
Ooh, we're already on the next chapter called Emerald Green.
A lot of top schools talk about closing the achievement gaps. Brooke actually does it. Brooke takes in a student population that's almost entirely low income and entirely minority and turns them into scholars with test scores that match students who attend schools in wealthy Boston suburbs. So how does Brooke do it? I asked John Clark, one of the founders of the school, and he said,
we're a human capital organization. The extent to which our kids are going to be successful and we're going to be successful depends on the extent to which we have great people here and recognizing that what matters for our kids is teaching.
Right now we're going to...
But literally every school leader says that very thing. So what's the secret sauce, John?
I think we do reject the notion of a special sauce just because that makes it sound as if it's kind of one kind of ingredient or component. And when really we think it's about focusing all our time and attention on teaching.
Let's get down to specifics and ask the teachers.
One of the things I think that makes Brooke really unique is this love of literacy and love of reading. It definitely starts from kindergarten up. We just have a really dedicated time to independent reading. The other component that I think is really important is our shared reading, where we read a novel together. And that's huge for developing that excitement around literacy, because we enjoy and love reading these books together, and we pick really great books that we get obsessed with as a class.
My favorite book was Small Steps. It's a memoir about Peg Corrette, and she got polio. I like the book because it talks a lot about a disease, and I like learning about diseases and how people manage them.
All the kids wanted to read more Peg Corrette books afterwards, so we had a waiting list for Peg Corrette books in the library after.
My favorite book I have read is To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm very challenged because I'm dyslexic, but that still doesn't stop me. I get a lot of feedback from my teachers, but it's positive feedback. It's fun to learn.
A 7th grade boy just said it's fun to learn. What school doesn't want that to happen? But while most other schools just cross their fingers and hope for the best, in Brooke, this love of learning is built into the design.
I think in a lot of my teacher training and previous experiences, there was a lot more heavy focus on modeling and sort of that I do, we do, you do approach that comes across in education. I think the fact that Brooke rejects that and flips it and says, we start with them figuring it out and then we'll talk about it and discuss it together. So it's very different, but I think it empowers students to think on their own and to figure it out instead of I can only do it in the way that my teacher showed me how to do it.
Here's another secret. In Brooke, the students are kept in the same classrooms with the same teachers. No buzzers cutting off discussion and forcing teachers to shuffle between classes. Nope. Here, teachers teach all the subjects, and it ultimately encourages more teacher collaboration.
Sometimes there's a feel when you're a teacher in a school that you're kind of being watched, or that everything that you do needs to be checked. At Brooke, the expectation is that we're all professionals and that we're all working extremely hard for our kids. And so I really love that part of it about Brooke, of just feeling like I have ownership over my own class and my instruction.
Maybe John Clark is right. There is no secret sauce. It's not just one ingredient. It's all these factors, all these techniques woven together that make Brooke an American success story.